Welcome to the Patrick Show. This is season 4, episode 5, and we're here at Woodberry Forest High School with not one but two big-time athletes here on the football field. One being Junior Saunders and another one being Buddy Wegdam. This is a story you don't want to miss, as these are some two top fine athletes here in Virginia. With that being said, let's head to the walk and talk. Peace. Welcome to the Patrick Show with Walk and Talk with special guest number 1 being Junior Saunders. First question I got for you is, what's your go-to fast food restaurant?
Honestly, it's Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell.
That's nasty work. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I love Taco Bell.
Okay, I can get down with it. Second question is, what's something most people don't know about your friend Buddy?
Buddy, his favorite food is celery.
Favorite foods?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would guess that one, but
yeah, I know. He's a big guy.
With that, we'll head to part 2 of the Walk and Talk. Peace. All right, welcome back to part 2 with the Walk and Talk with special guest Buddy Wegdam. First question I got for you is, what's your go-to fast food restaurant?
I gotta say Chipotle. Chick-fil-A is a close second though.
Yeah.
You know, but Chipotle's kind of expensive, so like when I'm feeling it, I gotta go to Chick-fil-A.
I like that one. I could get down with that for sure. And then second question is, what's something most people don't know about your friend Junior?
Junior can stand and dunk a basketball, so it's like
okay.
he has trouble running up and dunking it, but once he's right under that Shaq drop step.
Okay, that's me. That's me right there. And with that, we'll head to the pod. Peace. Welcome back to the Patrick Show. This is season 4, episode 5, and we're here in Virginia, specifically Woodberry Forest High School, with not one but two big-time athletes here on the football field, a little bit on the basketball field here as well. But of course, if you're listening, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our merchandise and gear, as well as our special guest platforms and all socials. And of course, before going any further, I'll start off with you here alongside me, Junior. Share a little bit about yourself, some of your accomplishments, accolades, and all that fun stuff in between.
I mean, yeah, as y'all know, I won all prep. I got all prep. And like last year, I was a Max Prep All-American. This year, I had 25 tackles, 11 were tackles for losses. I mean, I had a great season so far, led up 0 sacks.
Nice.
I mean, man, it was a very great season.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely the stats speak it for themselves. And obviously yourself as well, Buddy. Share with us a little bit about yourself, accomplishments, accolades, and in between.
I'm Buddy Wegdam. I'm from Marshall, Virginia. It's like 45 minutes from here. I was selected All-State, All-Prep, All-Central Virginia with Junior this year for O-line. We played both ways, both of us, and we got it done as a team. We went undefeated, but we wouldn't be able to go undefeated without the rest of our teammates. Just the bond that we created all together really brought us to what we were.
Yeah, for sure. That's well said there. And of course, we'll dive into detail throughout the season, the stats, accolades, and all that fun stuff, of course. And before going any further, as we always do on the Patrick Show, we'll start us off in prayer. So we'll go ahead and start off in short prayer and continue on forward. So, Jesus Christ, I just thank you again for this opportunity that you give us, Lord. I just ask and pray, Lord, that we can continue to use our strengths, use our weaknesses even, to glorify your name, Jesus Christ, Lord. As it says in John chapter 1, verse 1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was you, and the Word is you. So, Lord, I just ask and pray, Lord, that we can continue to read your scripture, that we can continue to pray, continue to fellowship upon your name and your name only. Giving you all honor and praise to the Most High. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
And with that, now we'll have a little bit of fun, because we start with the hot take now. So the hot take gets the juices rolling, I like to say. I'll throw this question at you first here, buddy. So for the hot take, I got to ask you, since you both play on both sides of the O-line and D-line, what is your preference? Which one do you enjoy more if you had to choose?
Probably the highs of an O lineman I choose, but the lows of a D lineman isn't as bad as the lows as an O lineman. You know, watching your quarterback get clobbered, that never really, I mean, doesn't happen much, but like that's low, but like getting pancake, that's not that bad. But so it's like different situations.
For sure.
I'd probably prefer O-line, just to get to put somebody on their butt, run them off the field, just demoralizing.
I like that answer. Obviously, there's a mixture between the highs and lows there. But what about your take on that, Junior?
Strongly, I would say D-line. I like getting sacks. I mean, every coach say I should play offensive line in college, but I feel like D-line is where my heart is.
Okay. Nah, I like that. I like that there. I guess a part two to that hot take. I'll throw this one back at you, Junior. Which one would you say is harder to play?
Ooh, I would say it's got to be an O-lineman because, like Buddy, going off what Buddy said, letting up that one sack, that's definitely the first thing that's going to be on everybody highlight reel, and like that's what everybody's going to see. I mean.
Yeah. No, you do definitely make a good point there. You have anything to add to that, buddy?
I feel like D-line, you can get away, especially in high school, just our size, our size and athleticism, that can take us there. But O-line, like, you can play a shifty guy that's, 6 foot?
Right.
And it just takes more, like, I feel like mental strength. And, yeah, so I'd say D-line is definitely easier than O-line, but O-line, I got to give it to O-line.
Yeah, no, kudos to either end of the spectrum. Obviously, there's a toll physically, mentally, of course, on the football field, the trenches, of course. And, going more into detail of you both and your journey and how it started, I would throw this question at you first, Junior. I guess when or specifically for you, when did your love for the football spark?
When I turned, I would say 11, because like my coach was my teacher.
Okay.
He came to my mom and he begged her to let me play up a year for the football team.
Yeah.
And I loved it as soon as I hopped on the field. Like the conditioning, I know many people won't say they like conditioning, but the conditioning it strive me to be better.
Nah, I definitely get that. Yeah, something about the conditioning makes you from a boy to a man in a sense there. And what about you as well, buddy?
I always loved football growing up, but where I'm from, it's just like we're kind of in the middle country. Like there's not much opportunity. So when I got here, I really turned my football career up, especially Coach Mateo. He saw something in me and just went after the weight room ever since I was a freshman. That really made me – I think I gained 40 pounds my freshman summer. And it grew 2 inches, and he was like, yeah, you're going to play O-line. I was like, all right. And ever since that, I guess it was a good decision. I mean, it's gotten to me where I am today, and I definitely wouldn't be in the situation I was.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And you kind of already mentioned it a little bit already, buddy, but give us an idea what led to you choosing here Woodberry for us.
So I would have had to drive an hour to the other school that I was going to because I wanted to play football. So it was that was a non-negotiable. So it was, my parents were they were like, do we really want to wake up at 5:30 every morning?
Right.
So Woodberry was right down the road, and it was, as a kid, it was like, oh, your son went to Woodberry, yeah, he's valid. So it's we went and checked it out. My mom was a little on the fence first, but when she got here, she was like, yeah, I know why people send their kids here.
Yeah, awesome. I'm glad to hear this was the smooth fit and transition for you. And then obviously for you, Junior, you being here from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, what led to you choosing here?
When I turned 12, I moved to Greensboro, and I met one of my best friends, my brother. We shared a good bond. Then he decided this school. And then I came up here to visit. I seen the brotherhood. I met Buddy. I mean, I seen how everybody acted towards each other. I mean, and then I thought it was the spot for me. I think it's the spot for me. I love it here.
Yeah, awesome. That's terrific to hear. And if you're not able to see, clearly in our background is just the list of accomplishments, accolades, throughout this history of the school here at Woodberry Forest. And to add upon that, or add on top of that, I want to throw this question right back to you here, Junior. What does a typical day look like here? Because it is an all-boys school and it is a boarding school.
A typical day, Tuesdays and Fridays and Saturdays, we only have 3 classes. So I'm just going to talk about a Monday class. We wake up, go to class at 9, have lunch at 12, and then As soon as we get our last class, it's about 3:25, and then we got to make it to practice about 3:55. So.
Okay.
Schedule.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a tight schedule. I guess he shared a little bit about Mondays. What about the other days in between that week for you, buddy?
It's different for a lot of people, but I mean, me and a bunch of guys on the football team, junior included, we get to work at 6 in the morning, just in the weight room with the football team. So that's the first lift of the day, just starting off on the right foot. And then we go to breakfast. Then it's like 2 classes. Then on Wednesday we have seated lunch. So like the whole community gets together. You're randomly assigned with a teacher. It just builds a bond. And then on the other days it's regular lunch. And depending on where you have a free period, like I have some days where I don't have class for 3 hours in the middle of a Wednesday or Thursday. So my friends will call me like, how are you on your phone? Like, I'm gonna be like, I don't have class right now. So that's definitely an advantage here. And then we take 6 classes each, all like an hour. So it really focuses on the academic part of athletes too, and athletes. Because we got 2 practices a day, usually in the winter, and it really just like pushes us to be great.
Yeah, that's important to hear. Obviously, the academic side of things, and also your athletic background, of course, and seeing you guys be successful out there. And I'm curious, out there on the football field specifically. I'll throw this question at you first, buddy. How has this environment of a boarding school helped grow team chemistry?
I feel like everybody's together 24/7. So the second you get on campus for early ball, it's like you're with the same guys, same 50 guys all day long. Okay. So it's like there's no other choice but to but to bond with them. And I feel like just that competitiveness every single day, everyone's pushing you to be better. Mm-hmm. It just like really creates like a open environment, and everybody just like thrives off each other. Nobody's scared to speak up. Speak your mind. It's just like a really open environment.
Perfect. That's awesome to hear, that friendliness and that bond, making it really unique situation. But is there anything you could add to that, Junior?
I think Buddy said it all. It's just all our love for each other. Mm-hmm. I like the time that we spend together, talk to each other. I mean, it's just all love all around. You can just tell.
Yeah, definitely. And I'd love to hear, in addition to that, like the coaching staff, like how do they help get in your development?
They always in my ear about something that I need to work on. I mean, they tell me like they don't always like tell me good things about myself. They don't. They have to like put me through the struggle like to be a better player. That's what they talk to me about. And like they want us to compete very hard so we can win a prep elite championship.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. Not only the good, but they also tell you a little bit about the bad, and really give you criticism to grow, not only as an athlete, but as a student and as a person in a whole. And I guess in addition to that, what have some of those coaches done for you in your growth?
I mean, just the openness of coaches. I mean, they're not just here to, obviously not to make us great football players. They care about how we are as people. Mm-hmm. So if we're doing something out of line up the hill that we're not doing on the football field, we're going to get called out for it. Mm-hmm. So it's like you better be on 100% full honesty the whole time. And Woodberry as a whole does that as the honor code. It's just like honesty, you can't cheat, or you're out of here. So it's like everybody just thrives to make you a better person. So when you get to the real world and have to apply for jobs after your football career is over, it's like you're not going to be stuck. Right. So they really care about you outside of football.
Wow. Yeah, that's well said there. And, obviously diving further into the football field and the success you guys had this year, one of them being 8-0, right? Undefeated and champs in that sense. What were some of the contributions that you guys provided behind the success?
I feel like early ball, it just was different. We were waking up 5:45 after random workout. We could be running 3 miles or we could be running hills for 30 minutes. So it was and we had people leave too. It's who wanted to be there was there at the end in the season. So it's those I think it was 4 a day practice. We had 4 practices almost. So it was if you were there by the end, you wanted to be here. you wanted to struggle with your brothers. So it was like, and that I feel like that openness of the team just like pushed us to, we're gonna fight for you, or you're gonna fight back for me. And we just kept that mindset the whole year. We didn't really care about the score. We were gonna run it up on anybody. It was just like we were willing to die for each other when it came to the games. So it really showed this season.
Yeah, it was great to see the brotherhood from behind the scenes. But is there anything else you could add to that?
I would say, Coach put through our mind every day. If we lose that day, we were not working hard enough. I would say perhaps. Yeah, if we lose that day, we're not working hard enough at all. Yeah. Like that was our main goal. Do not lose today.
That's great to hear. I mean, it really explains it all in a sense there. And obviously, you guys both, having played both ends of the spectrum, offensive and defensive line, give us an idea how much of a mental / physical toll that takes on you.
Physical, I mean, after the game, 20 cramps. I'm telling you, the worst pain in my life. But like, I do it for something, so that means something to me. And like mentally, I would say I'm helping the team. We're all helping each other. I'm making plays. I'm doing what I need to do. My coach has put me right position to make plays. I would say on a mental standpoint, it's very well on my mind.
Yeah, it's certainly heavy to say that. But is anything else you could share upon that?
I feel like mentally it was like, as a team, what did they need me to do at that point? So it was like, if I need to go play defense, I'll play defense the whole game. If I need to play offense, I'll play offense. I'll be out there for every play if you need me to. Yeah. If you have somebody better at that spot for right now and I need a rest to be at my best, I'm fine with that too. So it's really putting the team first. I feel like our team had that as a mentality this year, team first over individuals. So it was like, again, what Junior said, it was like win every day. I don't think we talked about wins or losses one time this year in the season. When we were before our last game, at our first game, we were talking about winning that specific moment. Even smaller than the day, it was like win that second, win that one rep. Everything's going to add on top of each other to be how great you can be.
Yeah. Wow. Stacking, moment stacking wins at a certain time frame. That's great to hear. And obviously that led to honors. That led to accomplishments and accolades. To name a few, being the all-conference, all-state, Virginia Prep League, and of course, and more, just to name a few. But for you, buddy, I guess, was there any that stood out the most for you?
I feel like being named All-State was a real honor. Last year, it was kind of my sophomore year was kind of my transition year to O-line. I came in as D-line, more like a D-line tight end. But when I got probably all prep, actually, that's when I was like, my work had paid off. Yeah. But I just kept my head down. I'm still keeping my head down and getting to work.
Yeah. No, definitely. I like to hear that there. And what about yourself with your achievements?
I would say all-state as well. That getting all-state again, first team this year. I mean, it didn't shake me because I know I work hard enough for it. But like, it really put something through my mind. Like, if I keep on working, what can I achieve?
Yeah, I get that there. And clearly, when I was beginning my homework on you both, and I was seeing that, offer there, offer that, this, that, and the third, if I went down the list of you guys' offers combined, I might be here all night, right? But in hindsight of that information, with the offers you guys received, I mean, Junior, you tell me, is there any pressure you get knowing that you had that much attention on you?
I would say sometimes, but like I just go day by day. I mean, all these schools, some of them not gonna be in there at the end. So I mean, I just go day by day, and like I see what's going on and see how coaches are working with me and like how they're trying to develop me.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good strategy, taking it one step at a time there. And I'm curious about your side of things as well.
Well, my offers probably came, I think it was 2 weeks ago now. So it was like, before that, they were asking what's going on with this football thing. Like, are you really focused on it? And I was like, I'm putting in the work, and I just keep that mindset now that I have the offers. It's just like 2 weeks ago, people didn't know where I was going to go. So if I was going to play football in college, but now it's like I'm just keeping that mindset of remember where I was when I didn't know what I was gonna I didn't know what I was gonna do for college. Right. So if I just keep that mindset, keep on going to work, working the hardest I can, I feel like the pressure's gonna be there, but it's not really affecting me.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear the amount of hard work you both have been able to put in and seeing the success really start to reap and grow, of course, with that. And obviously talking about success, one thing that comes to mind is the league, right? The National Football League. And I'm curious to get you guys both take. I'll go with you, Junior. Is there a specific NFL team or specific NFL players that you look up to?
Honestly, I look up to Trent Williams and Myles Garrett.
Okay.
And like my favorite team growing up, I know, but he calls me a bandwagon 21% because it's the Patriots.
Patriots. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna let that one slide. But what about you? Any players or teams you follow?
Ever since I was a little kid, I've just been like a ride or die Commanders fan. And now that we're good, people are calling me a bandwagon. So I got to show the picture of me in 2012 with the RG3 jersey. But yeah, so I just, that's an aspiration that I have, and I'm gonna keep on working. But yeah, just watching these guys at the NFL do techniques that I can apply to my game, just watching it, and yeah, I aspire to be that level one day.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And that's part of the game itself, is studying and taking tool sets from others above you there. And it's funny here that you showed some of your receipts of being a Commanders fan there with the RG3 jersey and stuff like that. But that kind of leads us into the big time question. But I'm curious if either you guys are ready for that big time question.
I'm ready.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. But before doing that, as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out merchandise and gear. And with that, the big time question, I'll go off with you first, Junior. Clearly, you still have some more seasons to come here at Woodberry Forest High School. What kind of legacy do you want to leave here?
I want everybody to know, like, I took a strong toll in academics. I did my academics well, and I want them to know that I left it all on the field. That's my main two things that I work on.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear, and I'll certainly be rooting you on with those, and I love to see that there. And what about you, buddy?
I feel like I want to be an inspiration to freshmen that want to put in work in. I came in here 190 pounds. Probably 6'2", and now I'm 6'6", 285. So it's like, if you consistently put in that work, you're gonna get to places where you never thought you would be. It's just like, put your head down, get to work, help the people here that help you are not trying to be hard on you. Like, they're trying to push you to be the best version of yourself. So if they say something to you that you don't like, you should probably listen to them and not take it personal, and just get to work.
Yeah. Definitely. That's how you grow there. And that's awesome to hear. And you spoke a little bit about inspiration, and I want to give you both the floor. I'll start off with you here, buddy. Is there any words of encouragement if there's that middle schooler, if there's that high schooler listening, like, man, I want to be in Buddy's shoes one day, and how could they do that?
Don't listen to what other people say, especially on social media. It's like, if you're tracking people's offers, you're just going to go through your head, like, all over the place. I fell to that phase probably 2 months ago during the season. I was like, I think I should have these offers. Why am I not getting these offers? All these other people have these. It just was driving me mentally crazy. But don't compare yourself to other people. It's just going to take you out from the inside.
Yeah, no, that's well said there. Comparisons and stuff like that, and those mind games. But it's great to see your success there, and I, of course, will be rooting you on in addition. And as well as you, Junior, is there any words of encouragement or wisdom you can share?
First, put your faith in God. Second, listen to your coaches, and third, don't give up. Don't give up at all. Reach for the skies. I mean, you got to keep on going every single day. Just work hard.
Nah, that's well said. Persevere there and take it one day at a time, of course. And thank you all for listening, liking, comment, and subscribe, of course, here again at Woodberry Forest High School in Virginia. The pleasure is mine having you both here.
Sir, thank you for having me.
So thank you again. And as we head out, what we do is typically just say peace on 3, all right? Sound good with you?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Peace.